Man, this whole border wall fight and this government shutdown is just so silly. It really is. The wall is so unnecessary and it's just going to be ineffective. I mean, I know this is something Trump uses as a rhetorical tool throughout the campaign and since he's been elected. I realize it's something that his base really wants, but the reality is 68% of the country doesn't want it. They either think it's going to be completely ineffective, which it will be, or completely unnecessary, which it is. The It's not going to curb immigration. Not to mention, Trump really doesn't want to build it in the first place. It's a campaign strategy, and I realize that Trumpsters really want this wall, to stop the illegal immigrants. It has nothing to do with because they're brown people, but the fact of the matter is, Border Patrol, ICE, Department of Homeland Security, the FBI have all told most of his aides, not named that tool Stephen Miller, have told him that a wall is unnecessary. First of all, a concrete wall is not even really possible, which he's now relinquished that and said it's going to be a beautiful steel structure with slats, or as you and I would call it, a fence, which there is already there and already exists. And he wants to build more of it, but of course, there's all sorts of problems with that. First of all, most of the border's water. Second of all, you can't just build through people's private property. You would have to seize that property, and people do have eminent domain, but whatever. And he's wanting $5.7 billion, which we all know it would take much more than that because he originally wanted 25 billion. I mean, I actually remember a time where this thing, at first it was I think 12 billion, then it went to 20 billion, then it went up to like 130 billion, and all of a sudden it came down to 25 billion. So 5.7 billion is not going to do anything. And quite frankly, the Democrats shouldn't cave in on this. This is a winning issue for them. The government agrees, or the majority of people agree with them. The, the sad thing is that 800,000 people are without work. And they've missed one on the way to missing two paychecks. And I know that the Republicans actually love government shutdowns because they think the government should be downsized anyway. But the problem is, these aren't just bean counters and government nerds and leeches, right? These are everyday people who are living check to check, who have mortgages, college tuition, children's tuitions, children's clothing, healthcare needs that they struggle to meet as it is, and now they are without a paycheck. But who cares, right? Let's just shut the government down over Trump wanting $5.7 billion that he's never going to put toward a wall anyway because it's never going to get built. And his own border patrol has told him they don't need a damn wall. They need people and technology to improve the border. Not to mention, this whole wall thing, empirically it wouldn't solve. It's evident it wasn't solving anything, but statistically it wouldn't. The majority, like 60% of people who are in this country illegally arrived here by plane. The same can be said about the drugs that they claim they're trying to stop. So how tall of a damn wall you gonna build? It's not gonna do any good. So that would leave 40% they get here, what they think are by foot, but most of that is actually through the sea, right? And then also, let me add real quickly that these people that they keep claiming are coming in here illegally, a lot of them, Trump has intentionally blocked the ports. So these people are forced to get here. And most of these people are political asylum seekers. They're just desperate people trying to get out of a desperate situation instead of the way some people in this country like to act as if they're coming to a Black Friday sale to get some $15 cheap ass Blu-ray from Best Buy. That's not what's going on here. These people are fleeing economic hardships, dangerous situations. It's just silly. I mean, it's just silly. The government needs to be reopened. This is nonsense. It affects a lot of areas of this country. I live in an area that it actually affects. And Trump keeps saying, oh, well, the majority of people are calling me and telling me to go ahead, Mr. President. No, they're fucking not. No, they're not. 68% of the country doesn't want the damn thing. Only 25% of the country. So not even the whole 32 that actually want this dumbass wall. Only 25% of the country even thinks the government should be shut down over it. And now, I'm going to tell you, the shit's really about to get real because maybe Trump's unaware because, he spends so much time cheating on taxes and avoiding to pay taxes and worry about them at all. This is called baller season. From about this time in January to about the end of April, it's called baller season. People want their damn tax income for refund checks. The IRS has said they're not sending out checks during this time. Could be a lot of mad folks if they can't go out and buy game systems and cars and clothes and all types of shit that they don't need, that they should be putting toward bills, but since they want to live like a baller, that tax income refund check helps them do that. They're going to be real damn mad if they can't do that. But in serious, well, actually I am a little serious about that, but end the shutdown. Just end it. Forget your dumbass wall that nobody wants. You don't even really want it. Because if you actually got the money and to build it, then what are you going to squawk about in 2020? Well, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want, leave a comment in the comment box. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Visit my Patreon page at patreon.com/Rob Beasley. Become a patron. Give a little bit if you can, so I can help grow the channel, improve it. I know it's a little primitive. So, and visit me on my social media sites at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all under RobBase2110. And remember, ignorance is a choice, so be informed, be aware. Facts matter, and knowledge is essential. Until next time, see you.